I'm Jason Palmer, one of the hosts of The Intelligence, The Economist's daily current affairs podcast. The Economist's award-winning shows make sense of what matters, from our special series on China's president to our weekly podcasts on business, technology, and American politics. Our journalists provide fair, in-depth reporting on the events shaping the world. Search for Economist Podcasts Plus and sign up to our free one-month trial.
Every year, we put together a list of Las Vegas's most notable characters. They can be people, they can be institutions, but they've either been very naughty or very nice. So today on CityCast Las Vegas, we're giving you our 2023 Naughty and Nice list. I'm here with co-host Dayvid Figler and contributor April Corbin Girnus, and we'll find out, will your most loved or loathed local personalities make the cut? It's Wednesday, December 20th. I'm Sarah Lohman, and here's what Las Vegas is talking about. Dayvid, April, happy holidays. Welcome.
Hello.
Hey, y'all.
Are you ready to get a little naughty and nice this episode?
Oh, if only.
I'm so excited about this.
All right, well, then let's just get right into it. So who is on your naughty list? April, give me someone on your naughty list.
For trying to undermine democracy, I think the top people on our naughty list have to be the 6 fake electors from the Republican Party who were recently indicted here in the state of Nevada.
Don't love them. No.
Don't love them. Bad. Maybe don't do that again next year.
I mean, maybe they'll be in jail next year, so we'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Or fined. What happens, Dayvid? Lawyer Dayvid?
Oh, anything can happen. Their charges could also be dismissed. Let's just put it all into the tumbler.
Yikes. Do you have any politicians on your naughty list, Dayvid?
No, technically. Maybe.
Ooh. Okay, let's hear it.
Well, I'm going to go with my number one first, and then I'll save the other for later.
Okay.
So, on behalf of myself, the citizens of Las Vegas, and the Lorax, F1, how are they not on the naughty list? So, Avi, come on.
So irritating.
All the trees. And look, I get it that they are replenishing the trees. They're putting new trees in, but these were old trees. It's not a 1-for-1, y'all. I mean, they didn't do anything with the trees. They made them into mulch. And these particular trees were not just like 25-year trees in front of the Bellagio.
Historical. Yeah.
They came from the dunes before it. It was like a lineage of these trees, and they provided shade, and they were at least a nice optic.
Yeah.
And just foof, without any consultation. Naughty. Now, they may have some countermeasures on the positive side with the economics as they came out and all that, but I'm not forgiving. I'm not letting go of the trees.
No, I didn't quite understand how Las Vegas was feeling about F1 until I read this quote that said something like, it's like inviting someone over and welcoming them into your home and then they pee on your carpet. So
I think that was from the podcast.
Oh, great. Was that you?
That was our guest.
Oh, great.
That. Yeah.
Perfect.
That's funny.
Whoever said it, I'm sorry. I've blanked on my memory, but it was a great
quote.
That
was Alan Snell said that.
Wonderful. And it's exactly right?
All of that, and the race was boring.
I don't super get it, and maybe I can be educated because, like, when you're in the bandstands, like, the cars go by really fast zoom. So, like, what do you even get to see?
Not trees.
Yeah, not trees. All right. Okay. Next on your list, April?
Well, I'm going to keep it with sports to follow up on F1. I would also like to put the Oakland Athletics, the Athletics Association, on that for, not having a great plan for their proposed ballpark, for having a lot of questions, for pissing off half the legislature, but somehow still getting $380 million in taxpayer funds. I think
for producing fraudulent renderings, which also should be under the uttering of a false public instrument and forgery, along with the fake 6 electors, they should add a 7th for the A's with that stadium drawings that weren't real.
Yes. And for is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? We still don't know, but we do know that the taxpayers will suffer. So,
yeah, Vegas also seems very salty. It's like one of the things I love the most about Vegas is that we got a women's NBA team, we got a hockey team, and that was enough for us. Like, they're still the most beloved of our sports teams.
Yeah.
All right, David, who else you got on your list?
All right. Well, now I'll go a little more political. I'm going to hit the custodian of public records for the police departments when it comes to requests, and also extend that to their lawyers. So political-wise, I mean,
David,
the sheriff is elected, but it's not just Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. It's Henderson Police Department. It's the Clark County School District. They're so lacking in transparency. They go to court. And here's the thing. It's not like they're opening up their budgets like, we're going to have to pay our officers less to fight the public's need for this information or public's request for this information. They have like a checkbook of public funds that goes to private law firms typically to fight citizens and journalists for getting information. It's horrible. It's, wait for it, naughty.
Story of your life, April?
Yeah,
Just
that's
trying to get records from the police?
Yeah, not so much the police, but Clark County School District is notorious also for that. I know that Metro and the rest of the police departments are also that way. I just don't cover that particularly, but CCSD is painfully bad at. They will take to the last minute. Like, they have 5 days to respond to it. They will message you on day 5 and say, actually, we need more time. Talk to me in. It takes months on months to answer questions.
Well, this is why journalists are nice, because you're all out there doing the work.
Not all journalists are nice. Let me say that right now.
Let's not take it too far, all right?
April, do you have one more for us?
You know what? Since we brought up CCSD, I also would like to put Superintendent Jesus Jara on my list for his almost $400,000 a year salary for being he makes $395,000 a year. That's his contract.
That's basically what we make as city cast employees.
Absolutely, right? So he makes that, and he is, at the end of this year, he's on the naughty list for, not settling with the Clark County Education Association. We are, as of this recording, and no doubt into the new year, the teachers have no contract. It's halfway through the school year and they have no contract, and other school districts are getting double percentage raises across the board. You're seeing like 25% raises in some parts of the country, and we have our largest teachers union wanting to go on strike, suing against the anti-strike thing. It is terrible. Jesus Jara is his Democratic legislators are calling for his resignation, and he is going to end this year probably having a job and making far more than any of the city cast contributors, for sure. So I think that he deserves a nice place on the naughty list.
Ugh, juicy.
April, do you think the teachers are going to get one of those scab rats, the giant inflatable rats, and put a Santa hat on it and just write, Jara, you're naughty?
They absolutely should. They should.
That would be a good tactic, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not culinary level tactic, but I think it might move the needle.
We need a little flair. We need more attention drawn to it. I think a lot of people have forgotten that is still going on, but we are halfway through the school year, and there is no contract, and there's hundreds of millions of dollars in sort of allocated for that by this legislature. It's embarrassing. It's terrible, and we should demand more of the 5th largest school district in the nation.
All right, you ready for my naughty list pick?
Oh, you got one too?
I've got one.
How rude of us to not ask.
It's fine. I asked myself. I'm the host. It is the Turn Around, Don't Drown mascot, which, if you haven't seen, it's something that has horrified me as a relatively recent resident. It is a skeleton wearing an old-timey driving leather cap and old-timey goggles, and he drives a Model T. And he is already deaf. He's dead. He's death himself.
He didn't turn around.
He didn't turn around, but now he tries to lure other drivers into the waiting waters to steal sell their lives and their souls. This is a genuine government campaign that pops up every monsoon season. I cannot believe you haven't seen it, because the first time I saw it, I was like, what the is that? And then, so there's billboards, but then there's cartoons you can watch online of this demon trying to lure people to their deaths. And that is the Turnaround, Don't Drown campaign here in Las Vegas.
I would watch that series on Hulu. I don't know what you're talking about here. That sounds magnificent.
That sounds great.
He's extremely naughty for trying to lure drivers
well, that's true.
into flooded roads.
Fair naughty.
Clearly the naughtiest Las Vegas resident.
You've probably noticed that CityCast ads don't sound like other podcast ads, and that's because we're not just reciting national ad scripts, we're using our own words to talk about local businesses we know and care about, like the one we did about the List.Vegas or the one about the Vegas Unstripped Food Festival. Sometimes CityCast ads are hilarious. They're frequently passionate. They're always heartfelt. That's the thing about doing ads for businesses that are part of the city you care about, and one reason we just won Adweek's Podcast Innovator of the Year award. Get your business or product in front of people who care about this city as much as we do. Consider placing an ad with CityCast, the Podcast Innovators of the Year. And it's not just our city, by the way. CityCast has dedicated local teams in Boise, Chicago, Denver, DC, Houston, Madison, Philly, Pittsburgh, Portland, and Salt Lake, and soon Austin and Nashville. Place an ad today in the cities that matter to your company. Reach out at ads@citycast.fm. That's ads@citycast.fm. Did you want my last naughty? It's easy.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Almost always on my naughty list is the wind. Every year in Las Vegas, because I just can't. But this year, I believe that the wind was surpassed by either Hurricane Hillary or the remnants of that storm, and the damage it did on Mount Charleston.
Oh,
I mean, God bless you,
God.
Mount Charleston, for sucking that up so that the rest of us could just go on with our lives. But Mount Charleston was devastated by that. So Hurricane Hillary,
crazy.
naughty.
Oh, I have one more natural disaster that I'd like to put on the naughty list.
Please.
And his name is Elon Musk.
Natural?
I mean, it's such an easy one, but I am so angry with him on a daily basis.
I will take any excuse to mention that Elon Musk is naughty.
What did he do to Vegas specific?
This year specifically, this year started out with Tesla getting a $412 million tax deal in tax abatements and reimbursements over the next 2 decades. The county also approved more of those musky tunnels that he's pushing underneath the thing.
So that tax break, was that Nevada?
That was Nevada.
Just for Nevada.
Yes. And so that's what he did to Nevada. We started out the year. I feel like the A's deal sort of overshadowed that in the long run, but we can't forget that Elon Musk and the Tesla people got more. The county's still giving credence to his musky tunnels. And the year ended more nationally with a massive recall of Teslas. So congratulations.
Yes.
We're really putting our money behind the right evil billionaire.
All right. Before I get too furious, let's move on to the nice list.
Yay.
So who has been nice in Vegas this year?
Do you want me to go? I'll go first.
Yeah.
I got a twofer because they're in the same boat. I think we have to give a shout out to the Vegas Golden Knights, who obviously
Sports
won the Stanley Cup. Bill Foley promised us a cup in 6, and he delivered.
Yes.
And then he built the stadium without any taxpayer dollars. So Vegas Golden Knights, obviously, number one. And then we cannot forget about the Las Vegas Aces, who did it first a year earlier. And then this year won their second. The Las Vegas Aces were the first WNBA team in 21 years to go back-to-back in championships, which I think is a really cool fact. And obviously they've done a lot, often overshadowed by the males in the sporting world. But they're awesome and they're great and they're getting attention finally, and they deserve to be on the nice list. Give them
Yes, they do. I actually watched that last game in a bar in New York City. And it was pretty sweet to see. Dayvid, who is on your nice list? Is it me?
So you are definitely
Thank you.
going to be a fixture on the nice list, Sarah.
Thank you,
to
David.
counterbalance April, which, is a journalist. But seriously, my top pick is a redemption nice, and I'm going to give it up to Adele.
Adele.
2022 started out a little rough for her. She was supposed to start her residency, and then there was that video, tear-filled, "Oh, I'm sorry, Las Vegas," and everyone was like, "What did you naughty?" And then late 2022 brought together, but 2023 really in stride. I was fortunate enough to get to see her. Such a long set list, such a great show. Redemption all the way, and totally nice. I think all residencies should take a page from Adele's second chapter when the residency actually launched. So 2023 has been a great year for her and Vegas, and super duper nice.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
All right, April, who else you got? Who else is nice?
I would like to put the Beverly Theater on the nice list for this year. They obviously opened up this spring, and I think they've become sort of a staple of where I look to when I want to do something cool. And I think they've had some good choices in terms of the offerings they have. They're playing a lot of cool old movies and things like that, which I love. I want to see more things at them. And they deserve to be on the nice list.
Thanks, Beverly Theater. I haven't been yet. What a shame. April, let's go see a movie.
Yes. I saw a Godzilla movie there. It was great.
All right. Well, I'm going to chime in with my second nice was Beverly Rogers for all the things, but especially for the Beverly Theater, which, it's so funny. I've been to the Beverly Theater countless times now. It is so good for obviously film, but also they've been doing the readings upstairs, some of which are completely sold out and packed, which are amazing. I'm looking forward next month to yours being there, Sarah.
Thank you.
Where you're getting interviewed by Kim Foster.
I am getting interviewed by Kim Foster, but actually I think it's at the writer's block, but it seems like it's going to be crowded. So I don't know what decisions they're going to make.
Yeah, well, I also want to give it up for Kip Kelly, who is the executive director, I guess, of the Beverly. He's basically the person in charge there. I love his social media accounts. He is just so witty and has all the great zingers, especially when it comes to traffic and all the other stuff that, gets under our goat.
Tune in for great traffic zingers.
Traffic zingers.
I love it. All right, April, let's give me one more.
All right. This is kind of a follow-up because you just mentioned yourself and Kim, but I also put, this is more vague, but, the local authors of Southern Nevada.
April,
because
I am actually on your nice list.
You are on my nice list. I feel like they've always...
This is getting gross. Sorry.
It's so nice.
I want to be invited back, David. We've always had a great literary community, but I feel like this year has been particularly awesome for this. I have not read your book yet, Endangered Eating, but it came out this year. Kim Foster's The Meth Lunches came out this year. I have read that, and it is fantastic.
I just finished it.
It made me cry multiple times, and I had read some of it before in previous books, and it still made me cry. She's just brilliant.
Yes.
Jarrett Keene just came out with a book that's like a dystopian thing set here in Nevada, which I'm looking forward to checking out. I have a friend, Daniel James Clark, who just put out a book that's like a military sci-fi dystopia. I just love the variety of all of our local authors.
Totally.
I didn't want to name just those four because I know there's so many more of them, and I'm leaving them off the
Ahmed
list.
Najee, let's not forget about him. He also has a great memoir out this year.
All of them. So if you are, share a whole list because I think that the community is great and we should celebrate that. Yeah.
Las Vegas authors were nice. It is super exciting.
Oh, and Meg Bernhardt had her book out on wine this year too.
There's
it's
so
just going to keep going. If we got another hour, all the great local-based writers.
David, do you have one last one for me?
Yeah, I got one more nice.
Yeah, one more.
And in the spirit of redemption, again, I want to give it up to Fat Mike and the Punk Rock Museum. Fat Mike, of course, the front man of NoFX and other punky bands, but mostly known now in Las Vegas as the force behind the Punk Rock Museum, which for no other reason being on my nice list is that it's given all the old Las Vegas crusty punkers a new purpose in life. They are so excited about it, and they're being celebrated in a lot of ways, and well deserved, long deferred, well deserved.
And a second location of the Double Down too, the Triple Down, right?
The Triple Down, yeah. I mean, our newsletter editor Scott Dickensheets reminded me to emphasized a little asterisk and why this is a redemption, and that is that not terribly long ago, Fat Mike at a punk rock bowling concert made some unfortunate comments about 1 October and was very, very loath and very high on a lot of people's naughty lists. But I think his dedication and really the sincere and earnest effort to make Las Vegas a sort of punk rock destination are definitely a bonus for the city. And so, Fat Mike, you're on the nice list now. Finally, you made it back.
Well, I'll put his museum on the nice list. Verdict might be out for Fat Mike. Okay, my nice this year to counteract the wicked Turn Around, Don't Drown mascot is Spokespebble.
Oh, I love Spokespebble.
I love Spokespebble too. Spokespebble is the new mascot of the Conservation Lands Foundation. And Spokespebble teaches us how to be responsible visitors to our national conservation lands. I love Spokespebble. And Berta, if you're listening, I'm also looking forward to the Spokespeblosito or Peblosita. Honestly, do pebbles have gender? I guess
That's
not.
up to the pebble, Sarah.
That is really up to the pebble to decide. But I do love Spokespebble. That is my nice pick for this year.
Yes.
April, Dayvid, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thanks for having me.
It was my pleasure. Loved it.
That's all for today here on CityCast Las Vegas. If you enjoyed the show, get on our nice list. Tell a friend. Rate the show. Leave us a review and subscribe to our morning newsletter, Hey Las Vegas. We will be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Take care.
However high they are on our naughty list, I think that the people of Oakland have a special place for the A's and their ownership, John Fisher, vis-a-vis the naughty list and what should be in his stocking. Whatever sub-coal is, I can't imagine that they're not wishing that right now.
Just petroleum, just a stocking full of wet
Just
petroleum.
gooey wet petroleum? Oh, yeah. Yeah.